very even between them on this match. It really does come down to whether VP are going to be able to give us a good game after last night. You're right, where it was a bit of a struggle for them. It's like, did they wake up on the right side of the bed this morning, Anders? That feels kind of like the question, because all things being equal, it's almost like a 50-50 for this map between these two teams. It's whether VP, again, you know, if Pasha lands his shots, or if we're going to look to the key players, right? Like Pasha, Snacks, and Bialy, whether those three are going to be able to step up today and actually land some shots for the team or not. So, awkward. Well, it's just awkward when it comes to predicting on this map between these two.
Yeah, it kind of is. They're going to have to do really well. Did they just knife Aloe just because VP were only 4 people, so they decided to do a 4-on-4 knife? I think that's what just happened. Either way, Exist doesn't stand a chance of that corner, which means VP get to choose sides. Probably going to pick CT side. So once again here, welcome to the ESL Pro League. This is NiP versus Virtus.Pro, and I'm Anders, of course, with me is Semler. We're proud to be part of this, and we'll sort out all the technical issues as we get along here. As I said, I did just come home from the airport, so I had almost no time to set anything up. A bit of a crazy day, and I'm only going to be home for one evening, and then I'm off to France again. So it's just been like a really quick and crazy back and forth, and hopefully in the future it won't be quite like that. We'll get a little bit more time to make everything work properly. So I hope you guys will bear with us, and continue to give us some feedback, and we'll try and adjust accordingly. Now, let us see where this is going to unfold. NiP, they will indeed start on the terrorist side, and it will be Virtus.Pro on the CT side. I want to see something cool from NiP. I want to see that they've put in some work on cash here. It used to be one of their worst maps, even though they kept picking it. Now they've got Natu, you know, helping them. They've got Alu in the mix as well, and actually 3D Max used to play cash quite well. So I think they have a lot that they can add, like almost 2 3D Max members that are helping out NiP at this point.
That's a good point to make, actually. I'm pretty sure... I don't see him in the spectator slots right now, but Natu in general does, you know, tend to spectate the matches in a coach role. So he's definitely trying to keep on top of what NiP are doing right now on the maps, because, I mean, that's his job now, basically. He just recently got hired as a full-time coach for NiP, salaried and all. So it's looking real good for Natu. Now, has he had enough time to have an impact? Well, we're not going to have a lot of time to talk about it in this round, because it looks like NiP are just going to go for a straight-up aggression onto the A site.
Well, good opening there. Bialy also picking up one. Bialy will eventually fall, but Pasha with a double kill. Looking for a third one here. If he can find it, Get Right and Alu returning a double kill for Get Right. And Pasha now fighting for his life. He's finally going to get that kill. And Alu surviving on 6 health all the way by the forklift here. Not much of a chance to make it out in this 1v2. Going to try and see if he can make his way all the way over to Truck. But Neo will pick him off. Great round from Pasha. 3 kills, even though that 2v2 almost slipped out of their control.
That came so close. That was the man pushing up short who basically just cut the legs right out from under Virtus.Pro. And luckily, you know, Pasha, he was up high, so his legs, you know, they couldn't actually reach them. So Pasha was able to stay alive. He got 2 kills as they pushed out of the smoke. That third one was really a battle for him, though. He's basically the man that kept Virtus.Pro in that pistol round. Even if it wasn't like a really strong start for Virtus.Pro, NiP did not just roll over. They battled back.
Well, the reply for the ninjas in pajamas is all Tech-9s. This is really dirty, isn't it? They've got no shame any longer. It used to be that they would try and avoid, you know, Tech-9s and SMGs and CSET 75s, and now they've just embraced it. And I think that's the right, you know, that's the right call to make. Just go all in, right? Yeah,
in the words of Dupree, right? You play the meta and nothing else. And right now the meta is you play that Tech-9 and you make it your lover, and you just go all night. Because right now, there you go, Forrest and Alu. I mean, Pasha is going to be able to put up a little bit of a fight in CT, but it's not looking too hot for him. They're going to be able to get a bomb plant, and they're so confident in their hold right now, NiP. They go ahead and reposition, Exist. He nearly had that bomb planted standard, and then he puts it so that it can actually be covered by B Halls. This is really nicely done by him.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really smart move as well. Alu going to pick up 1 kill there, but he will go down, and now it's all up to Bialy. 1v2, and he's trapped in a crossfire. And Exist will come out with the final kill then, and NiP will claim back the 2nd round. That was just a really powerful rush, and Neo, he had a smoke up, he had the submachine gun ready, but against armor, it's just too much. That Tech-9 is too powerful at that range.
Yeah, when you get right up on top of them like that, and B, I mean, just like A, right, if you can get over to NBK corner, you know, get into like the quad boxes area, you know, it's close quarters, right, so the Tech-9s are going to be really strong. But B Halls as well, if you're holding close in B Halls, going onto that B site, you could get slaughtered with like 2 Tech-9s running around that corner so quickly right into your face. However, we have the sick nade up onto Boost, and that's done so much damage. Snacks picks off Forrest really easily.
Yeah, and the follow-up kill right there. Pasha going to take down Freiburg. So that grenade, you're right, just soften up the NiP team a little bit too much for comfort. Now, Bialy playing back of A site here. Gonna put up a bit of a flashbang there, and he does spot out Alu, so that's a big piece of information here from Bialy, and an easy kill to follow up. Now, Get Right gonna be all alone. UMP spraying wildly. Not much of a chance to make it out in this 1v3, though. He does do some decent damage to Bialy, but ends up going down. And Virtus.Pro gonna steal it back and make it 2-1.
Yeah, Bialy going full beast mode at the end there as well, just standing in the Molotov to get that kill. The mind games. I mean, look at this battle that we have back and forth. Now the question is, you know, do NiP actually make the call to go for Tech9s again? Because they've got the money for it. And yes, they do. So there we go. It's turned into an all-out brawl, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. It's not like this is now the battle between who's going to crack first. It's turned into the ultimate game of chicken. Who's going to be forced to eco and give up the momentum?
It's just what we're seeing more and more now, that teams don't really like to give up the first 5 rounds. It's just always going to be a bit of a fight for it, even though it seems like it's such a big risk, because if you lose, then you really lose, right? Then you lose almost the entirety of the first half, it seems. But apparently it's worth fighting for. Good kill by Pasha. Didn't catch it then, but Get Right going down, obviously, to the scout. Don't think he had armor, did he?
I'm not sure, but it wouldn't have changed anything because that was a dead-on headshot from Pasha. Get Right was boosted up. Pasha just holding that angle double scoped in, and Get Right just lined up perfectly for him. So a little bit of luck there, and just some solid play from Pasha to start things off. Right now, Pasha actually going to get that tag onto Exist and follow up with the P2K. And only 1 death so far for Virtus.Pro, although I cursed them by saying that. Always going to take out Taz as well. So 3 members surviving at the end of the round for VP. But NiP with the force buy, they get nothing from it. So here we go. It is going to be basically NiP, the first team to crumble and have to go for an eco round.
Yeah, solid performance from the Polish team, definitely. Pasha currently with 6 kills, also Bialy with 6 kills, and that's obviously a pretty good start. Whenever Pasha's doing well, can't be too bad, can it?
Well, that's when VP really tend to shine, right? Like, you can always expect a kind of level. Neo puts himself in horrible positions all the time, so it's hard to see him, like, really shine with the frags. But, you know, Snacks, Bialy, those are the 2, like, frag houses that you're supposed to be looking for on VP. But then it's like, if Pasha is this one man, if he can actually come forward and get the frags for Virtus.Pro, that's when you really see them just dominate and take on the best in the world and win.
Oh, look at Snacks. He's actually going to wall himself off with the Molotov back here because he had to try and essentially go for a reload here as he's getting boxed in, but it's not even going to matter because the backup is there so quick. Pasha with a double, and Taz will also get a double of his own. But that's kind of an interesting move from Snacks. He actually tried to get the spray down on the couple of people who were coming in from the main entrance, and then when they got too close, when they actually got into checkered, he decided, well, then I will just put up a Molotov and then, you know, box myself in the corner. A little bit tricky there.
Not really. It's what, well, I don't want to say next level. Next level is so silly to say, but, you know, basically, the guy is cerebral. He knows.
Yeah, he actually does think really quickly on his feet, Snacks, and it's not something that we would have seen a lot. I mean, how many other people use Molotovs to sort of, you know, to get a reload in, or at least just to stay alive and wait for the backup like that? Not really seen that too often, but still good fun. Definitely expect Snacks to come up with stuff like that. Molotov up towards the squeak door. There are 3 people coming. When they open the door, they're probably going to have to wait a little while longer. And look at NiP. They've actually used a lot of their grenades just to set up for it. And that Molotov has bought so much time for VP to make a rotation in. This is definitely not looking good for NiP.
Yeah, VP have basically put 4 guys over here. They have left Neo over there to mine the B site. They're just now going to realize that bomb is getting planted here, and it is not a fake. Pasha does manage to clear up Forrest first. That's going to be a big blow dealt to the defense here for NiP now, because you have 2 guys locked onto that site, and you have Get Right lurking over in A main. 3 of them are back behind quad boxes. If only VP knew, and if only they had an HE.
Yeah, I mean, even without the HEs, it is still almost the worst possible post-plant position you can have in the world. NiP actually kind of screwing this up a little bit now. Freiburg, that's a sick follow-up kill. Almost a 3rd one. Freiburg is on fire, but he's going to get shot down by Pasha. And it's going to be enough time for the defuse, just barely. Freiburg almost saved that round entirely for them. In spite of NiP, I mean, you really, really do not want to get stuck at the back of site like this. You're right. If Virtus.Pro had an HE grenade, if they had a Molotov or anything, the round would have been instantly killed for NiP. That's why we're seeing everyone now starts to plant in this corner up here instead. That way, bomb can be defended from main, can be defended from squeak door if you want to. You can just... a lot more angles you can cover that bomb from so that the CTs don't get to defuse, but... I don't know.
Well, the main issue...
The
main issue there is that they ran out of time with the smokes. That they threw all the smokes down. There was a smoke execute onto a site, but they took so long before they actually got onto the site that by the time they get the bomb plant, the smokes are clearing, and then they're kind of just pinned. Because you have 3 guys from VP already sitting right there, right?
Yeah, and that, you know, the part of the delay at least had to do with the Molotov that went up the squeak door, I guess. So, I mean, VP kind of set themselves up nicely. And I guess NiP tried to do the best they could in that situation. But now it's going to turn into 5-1 with just AKs on the NiP team and not a single grenade currently. Oh, that's going to make it tough. Neo going to be walking in, looking for an opening here by Checker. He's got to be so careful. Freiburg is right up there. Did he realize he does get the first shot off and will be punished immediately by Forrest? Now Snacks inside here. 70 health, and he's going to run into the smoke instead. Just what Snacks does, really. Is he going to see that? Pasha picking up a double kill. Get Right still hiding in the corner. Snacks coming through, taking out Forrest. And now it's all on Get Right here. His team is gone, and he's in a 1v3. Looking for Snacks. Going to pick up the first kill there. 30 seconds to try and do this 1v2. Taz has been found out as well. Get Right coming for him through the Molotov as well. Going to pick up the kill now. 25 seconds. He has to get this bomb, pick it up, go planted, or just kill by Ali in transition. One or the other. And by Ali, he's covering this cross really well. Not going to be easy for Get Right either. Currently a double kill. He spots out by Ali, goes for the spray long range. But Ali's there to pick him off instead. And Virtus.Pro going to claim that 6th round as well. Oh man, that was close. That was really close.
And I'm being told right now that apparently the coaching slots don't actually show up anymore. So we've had this with other servers where if the coach is present, like Starks for Na'Vi, for example, you would show up in the spectator slot. Apparently that's not the case with these servers that they're using. So Natu probably is. And Cuban also usually watches the Virtus.Pro matches as the coach. So they might be here. We just have no way of knowing that actually. They don't actually just show up anymore. So they're a bit sneaky that way.
Okay. Hidden coaches. I don't know why that's kind of fun. I like it more when we knew who was coaching. That way we can keep track of them and see how active they are.
I'm trying to think. It's like crouching Tech 9s, crouching AKs, hidden coaches. I don't know. We'll go with it.
Ooh. That grenade did nearly nothing, but the follow-up shot from Neo definitely on point. Takes out Exist to the smoke and a headshot as well to make it a triple kill. Now looking for the quad, and there it is. What a round from Neo. That looked just completely solid.
That's what you can expect from Neo. That's the crazy thing is from Neo as well, because you get this glimmer every now and again. You get this glimmer of just the complete and utter monster that he actually is. It's just that 9 times out of 10 he's putting himself in these really risky positions for VP, basically to get info or to entry frag or something like that, where he doesn't really get the opportunity to shine too much. But when he's able to sit back and ply his trade and start lining up the headshots, he just looks like this unstoppable monster. Like a round like that where he just nearly single-handedly just shuts down an entire site on his own. Quad kill with the AWP, one of them with a pistol, so 3 kills with an AWP, but still, really fine work from Neo.
Yeah, it's definitely always impressive, and I don't know, I mean, recently, he's just been having, I think, a really stable level in this game, compared to his early Global Offensive career, where it was like, everyone was always talking about how good he was in 1.6 and how far from that level he was in Global Offensive, so it felt really disappointing. And
a certain redhead?
Exactly, and now it's just a little bit different, I feel like. I don't know if Thorin will ever be satisfied that Neo could play up to his 1.6 level, but I'm pleased at the moment with the way he's playing. Look at this, sneaking up really close to Get Right. No scope headshot. Oh my god. Get Right being punished over at the B bomb site. That was
style
scary.
Points, man. Style points. Oh, there you go. There you go. Thorin, he's grinning a little bit. I mean, Thorin has got Neo as like an outright god, so I don't think we will ever reach that level again. Nice flash there. Random spray from Taz. He's going to do the damage, and then Pasha and Bialy there to double team, basically holding from that A site. Not expecting the third man up short, however. And Freiburg gets 2 kills. 1v2, but he's not going to win the third versus Snacks. And he's going to get overwhelmed. So Virtus.Pro managed to maintain control. They say, well, Neo never really lost his AWP, so there's no worry there. But mainly, Virtus.Pro have got 8 rounds. And they're looking very good. You know, one thing that concerns me for VP right now is that they don't have a whole lot of money to go off of. They only have 2 guys who are above 5K on the money, despite the fact that it's 8-1 in the scoreline. NiP are doing a very good job of maintaining VP's money at a low level. They're not letting VP just run away with this and start getting, crazy stacks.
Right, and I mean, this is the best of 1 game as well, so that's really the only thing that can keep NiP competitive currently in this first half is just the hope that they can force an eco at one point and bounce up to at least a 3rd round at this point in time. They have Taz in the middle, going to get a good refrag, but Exist jumping over to pick up a double kill of his own, and Snacks, look at this, playing right at the edge, but Get Right is actually going to outplay him at this point in time, so a big opening here for NiP, a very big opening. Neo and Bialy are left there on opposite sides of the map, so they can't even help each other. And Bialy is about to see a lot of action here. Fighting Forest, clicking away, but as he's reloading, Aloe is going to come right around the corner, and they pick up the kill. Neo now alone, 1v4. Not a lot. I don't even sure he should really try and fight this, rather just try and save the AWP maybe.
Yeah, Neo's really risking it right now because he wants to make sure that NiP don't survive with too many members either. So, Molotov there, actually. That might force Alu on top of him. Neo's going to have to be a little bit careful. He's afraid of getting flanked at this point, but a sick flick onto Alu. Now a 1v2. He's making this very expensive for NiP, so it's the return eco battle basically coming in here for Virtus.Pro. And for Neo, he's just making sure that NiP, sure you win, but it's going to be a very expensive round for you, and you aren't going to have the bank to be a threat to us in the future. Because VP, basically, now they're relying on Neo to hold on to this op so that he can drop for a teammate in the next round.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, it's just Neo making the absolute most of that round. Really, only when he realized, okay, 29 health, bomb already far ticked, they're not showing themselves. I can't win this round, but I can still make it really expensive. And for NiP, you can tell on the scoreboard here exactly what that means. Once they all buy up, only really 2 of them are going to have sort of a halfway decent economy, and the rest are going to be really poor, in fact.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow,
I mean, that's the impact that Neo's had.
Yeah.
Now NiP, they're like, sweet, we had 4 guys alive. You know, this is going to be great, and we're going to be able to just apply the pressure from here on out. Now, both of these teams are in danger of ecoing, essentially, because Virtus.Pro don't have any money either. So this is a very key round here, the 11th round of this first half. NiP just won one, but if they get reset here, it's a catastrophe. Virtus.Pro just run away with this first half.
Yeah, that's the danger. They got to keep fighting, but it's true for both teams. This is actually where the whole first half gets decided. NiP, are they going to stay competitive? Bialy says no. Coming up from Speedway, though. Freiburg charging in with the AK. He's got to be quick here. Taz and Snacks pick up a kill each, and Freiburg is alone. He tries to do the full 90-degree spray. That would have been nuts if he could have made it work on Pasha, but not going to be the case. So 9-2. And once again, VP, they just win that fight. They even made that look easy. Bialy just picking up those 2 entry frags.
Yeah, and that's the kind of monster play that Bialy's capable of at any time over on that A site. He's not leading in the frags right now, but look at how it's actually very consistent right now for VP. Taz is kind of playing that really risky rollout in mid where he's got to peek to get the info and get info on mid, so he's going to die 9 times out of 10. But the rest of them, they're all double digits right now for VP, looking very solid. So Bialy, that was his time to shine. That was his round, and look at that, NiP. Back to pistols. This is so difficult now for NiP to get back into this because they're going to have so little room for error. As soon as they get guns again, their backs are to the wall and they have to pick up the remaining rounds.
I don't see how that's going to work out. VP, unlike yesterday, they seem completely on point today. Look at this. Taz and Pasha in the middle. Taz picking up a second kill. Bialy going to be dropping Freiburg. They just seem to overlap really well. Whenever someone's reloading, there's always someone else there to shoot instead. And they're just playing at a high level. So, I mean, maybe that's just a lesson to all of us, that comparing a team from one day to the next could be a little bit tricky. Maybe they were just having a rough time yesterday, and today they had some nice sleep, and they feel warmed up and ready.
It's like the story of VP, right? I mean, just VP in general, though. They travel so much, these guys. Like, they really are on the road constantly. And so for them to have the time to sit down, prac, maintain a level, hell, maintain their own physical fitness. I mean, VP are some good-looking gents as well. I mean, you got Pasha on there, Neo also pretty fit. So, I mean, you know, they still find time to hit the gym. They're superhuman, Anders. I don't know how they do it.
Well, I think DDK was actually talking about that in his latest video log about, you know, finding time to do events and hit the gym as well. I mean, yeah, man, esports life,
easy.
Rough times.
Now we need to go to StarCraft 2, right? You know, plenty of time there. all those commentators constantly tweeting, you know, pics of themselves, you know, like flexing in the mirror. I'm just like, oh, that's good, man. It's good.
It's what happens when you're casting a dying game, you know. Taz gonna end up getting that kill. Oh, shots have been fired. It's all in good fun, though.
And we're gonna see all those guys this weekend too, man. We're gonna get shanked in an alley somewhere.
Oh yeah, right.
Ben is laughing his ass off.
We did not think that through. Look at Neo. He's coming up from behind. Oh, they line up for him as well. It's almost perfect. I think Exist just made it around the corner, surviving a tiny bit. Alu almost goes down, but he actually will stay alive for a little while here. Exist and Alu now left, and as Alu falls, Exist is going to have a really hard time coming out with his 1v3. That flank from Neo was very nearly godlike, but not just yet. I'm glad the chat's with us here as well. Bialy going to end up getting a double kill, and Virtus.Pro making it 11-2.
Nah, I need to get the chat up. I don't have the chat. Damn it, I'm messing up here, bro.
I'm never going to escape this StarCraft cone. I can feel it. Apollo's going to kill me.
Yeah, dude. Well, you know what he's gonna do? Yeah, exactly. He's gonna put your head between his like thigh and his immense calf. You just flex, and there you go, man. It's gonna go pop. And
now I feel so sorry because Apollo's been really nice to me every single event I've met.
He can take it, dude. He grew up at the good studio, man. We got thick skin.
That's true. It's a while before I reach James' level, I suppose. I've got space to move around.
I'll kill you well before that. Don't worry.
Oh god, what's happening tonight? I would say jet lag, but Sweden's only an hour away, so it's not that.
Well, I mean, we could save you by talking about the game a little bit, I guess.
Let's do that. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Freiburg with a really good kill on Taz. And, what a headshot to pick off Pasha as well. Freiburg is just a monster. I mean, it does really seem like whenever NiP is in trouble in any tournament, any matchup, always feels like Freiburg is the guy to get the most angry and just try and kill everyone on his own.
Actually, he is kind of like the Hulk. Maybe that's what we got to kind of like nickname him now. Because basically, this guy just gets pissed off and then wrecks people. And there, Bialy's going to get 2, but Exist and Alu managed to double team it, and they're going to turn this into a 1v2. This is actually huge for NiP because it's 11 rounds on the board for VP. It's an eco round for NiP, and if they can actually get an eco win, talk about a comeback basically at the very end here. So Snacks, really tough situation for him to come out ahead in.
If they make this 11-4, I'm ready to call an NiP comeback. That would be epic if they can make this work. Definitely. Snacks sneaking up here, out of grenades as well. Goes for the spray, down one more bullet on Exist, and that spray transfer would have been successful, and he would have killed both of them. That is so scary. But it's not going to be this time, and great job from NiP, especially Freiburg. Those 2 kills in the middle, they just set up everything pretty much. That was huge.
And that's why, man. That's why Freiburg is the king, not just of Banana. Like CS in general, or at least he's like the standout player on NiP for that very reason. The fact that he's just, whenever they've got their backs to the wall, it just seems like it's Freiburg who just goes completely crazy and starts lining up headshots everywhere. So, I mean, right now it's still really tough here for NiP. 3 rounds, they need the 4th. They absolutely need to get the 4th round. If VP finish this 12-3, it's going to be such an incredibly difficult comeback for NiP. I mean, if any team could do it, it's NiP, but we're talking astronomical odds here.
Yeah. This is a bit much to ask, really. Neo just poking his head into the fire that's in the vents. Now he's going to run back in and actually meet almost the whole NiP team here. Snack's going to go down as well. Pretty good trade going on right now for the Swedes. Pasha up top is fighting one. Actually, could have been fighting both. I think Alu missed the timing there just a tiny bit. He will get the kill either way, but Taz is there too quick. VP really quick with the rotations here. Not even lacking for a second there. Oh, and I got briefly distracted. Did you get DC as well?
Hey, it's been a while since we've had this.
It has been a while.
At least it feels like it is.
All right. Well, don't worry, guys. It's not too bad. We'll get right back into it. Some server setting that changes. We're not really sure what it is, but either way, we're obviously getting back into the game here. It's Cash, and if you are just joining us, it's been a bit of a chaotic start to the stream because I showed up late because I was at the airport traveling from Sweden, and the game was going on, and I had to load up all the assets into Expert, and it was crazy. But now we're finally at it, and we're actually seeing a really, really strong VP team that is kind of just crushing NiP here on Cash for the first half. Now they get to play the less favored side, and we'll see if it's going to change.
Yeah, that's the main thing, right? If NiP can pick up the pistol, right? But again, the pistol round, no need to say that it's important. It's basically all important for NiP at this point. If they don't pick it up, it means that VP have a strong chance of getting up to 15 rounds pretty much, and then from there on out, it's just a matter of time. NiP will be caught in a chokehold, and if Pasha's got you in a chokehold, I don't think you're making it out there.
No, I mean, then you need to be like an MMA specialist at that point, right? Go for some crazy moves. Otherwise, it's not going to work out, is it? And no offense to Get Right, but I don't see him winning a fight against Pasha.
It's like Pasha's this berserker wielding like a double-headed axe, and like Get Right is more of he's got the rapier, He'll poke you full of holes, but if you can close the gap with him, he's gonna get messed up.
In real life, I would say, yeah, Pasha definitely like the berserker wielding 2 axes, and Get Right maybe more like the sheep herder that has like maybe a stick and some cloth on or something, and then it's just not gonna end well, is it? I don't see it
Nicely
happening.
Nicely done.
All right, Alu is in the middle, and he's got his trusty P2000 in his hands. Bit of smoke going on towards the mid connector. And VP playing this one kind of slowly, in fact. But once the flash finally pops, they are actually pretty quickly into the middle. 4 of them, while 1 guy waiting outside B, which definitely is a bit of a signal that we might see a B push coming out here. They're just actually pushing NiP back, and that's going to make it tough on Freiburg. If they rush B now, then his whole team is going to be really far away.
Well, they're going through mid-connector right now. This is very scary. Oh, gets caught with the nade in his hand. Not going to be able to get a kill. He does get some great nade damage out there, but then Freiburg gets annihilated on this B site. VP, when do you actually see them go through Z like this, straight through CT into a site?
Yeah, that is definitely really rare. And the rest of NiP seem to be utterly unable to connect with any kind of shots. That there's like a whole round from NiP where everyone just missed their shots, which is super unfortunate because they desperately needed that round. And actually, nobody from VP even died that round. So 13-3 now. This first match could just be like a complete run over, which is surprising. And we just caught ourselves saying that we thought maybe NiP would be, you know, slightly favored here just because VP were looking a little bit tired yesterday. But today's a new day and a new VP.
It might be it, you know, that night's sleep, warm at home in your own bed, made all the difference there for VP. They just needed an extra one. Oh, nade. They know that NiP really pushed forward here, so Taz is going to get boosted up. He's going to try and look for some frags. Two guys stacked up close, and the spray down from Taz. Padding those stats, Taz. That's all right, man. You need them. He's going to get another one on Forest, too.
Oh, wow. Snacks going to come in and steal the last one there on Exist, and that will make it 14-3. NiP, do they go for like a crazy FAMAS buy up here just to try and avoid fighting for overtime? Well, I say FAMAS. They say MP7s, 3 of them, and a UMP. Exist. Oh, there we go, the FAMAS. The only one who has any common sense on this team, apparently.
I mean, it's pure just, man, do what you can with what you got. I mean, the UMP isn't bad.
No.
I'm not going to fault GetRight. GetRight's kind of meeting us halfway here. MP7 I'm still kind of like frowning at. The UMP can be very solid, actually. A good replacement for a rifle if you can't afford one.
They know that there's going to be armor on Virtus.Pros. That's why I'm questioning those MP7s. But I mean, I guess on cash you do get kind of close to people anyway. It's possible. It's possible this could work.
It's almost like go for a 5.7, right? It's almost like just go for a 5.7 over the MP7. Because if you can get up close, you can snake up close to somebody with the 5.7 one-shot headshot, and there you go. Job's done, right? So, I don't know. The UMP, though, you can tap with it at long range. I think it does the most damage out of all SMGs. So, I mean, to armor. So it's always a good choice. And Forrest, getting a little toasty for him up there in the vents.
Yeah, because there was a Molotov in Checkered as well. This is actually something we've been discussing so much that whenever teams throw that Molotov into vents, we've been saying, why don't they also throw one into Checkered so that people really have no escape? And that's what VP just did. They're so cool. Snack's going to pick up 2 kills. GetRight with the UMP going to go down. NiP, they gambled everything on this round, and it is just not working out at all. Forrest, the last man standing, and looking like another round where VP won't lose a single member. Indeed, they won't. Double from Bialy, double from Snacks. And it is going to be 15-3. Great timing with the Molotovs here. One for Checkered, and one being thrown all the way from outside here that goes into the vents. So if you want to run into the middle, they're going to be waiting for you. If you run back, there's going to be more fire waiting for you. Definitely very cool.
Yeah, just outright dominance. Outright dominance. And that is, I mean, now it's almost like game over for NiP. Now they're going pistols, they're going nades. It's just, I mean, I know I said go 5.7, but like just a couple 5.7s. At least get a rifle in there somewhere. 5 pistols, it's looking pretty grim, especially seeing as how VP, they're going to know that NiP are forcing up. They're not going to just rush in somewhere. They're really taking their time with this, making sure that they're covering all the angles. GetRight's going to try and push in A main right now. He's going to get shot in the back, and Bialy's going to win that fight.
Yeah. Even though he is on 17 health, so I mean, GetRight did a pretty decent job trying to see if he can come out on the top there. Alu looking for a shot on somebody, but I think he got shot in the face with the MP7, so he's very low on health already. And NiP, that's 2 people now sort of dying on their own. Now you see Exist and Forest really grouping up, but they're actually getting wall banged down. Freiburg gonna fall, and finally Exist with a reply, but it feels like it's too late. I haven't seen VP play this aggressively and this confidently for a while.
I guess, you know, the score is basically going to give you the confidence of a god. Because, yeah, you're up there.